Hello, my name is Kirsten Maurer, and I am your child teacher. I am going to share a little bit of information with you regarding your upcoming Individualized Education Program meeting. Before I start talking about that, I would like to just tell you that you may often hear me or my colleagues during the meeting um, referring to an Individualized Education Program as a IEP. It's just an acronym we use for an individualized education program. It's an easier way to say it, and it just helps us. Um, so let's get started. The first thing I want to show you is just a little picture. It says teamwork between parents, schools, staff, and students, and the IEP/IFSP team members promote success at transition. You as a family member play a very vital role in developing your child's IEP. And remember that we are here to help you, and more importantly, your child when it comes to getting the best education possible for them. So if you work with us and collaborate with us, then it will be the most successful outcome for your student. So, what can an individualized education program, or IEP, do for your child? This kind of a program creates individualized goals to help your students or child succeed. Um, you work with us to create these goals for your students. Um, it also helps to increase the child's self-esteem. When a child um, when a child increases their grades in school and their academic improvement in school, it helps them to see themselves as a success, and and that also helps their self-esteem. According to Henderson and MAP, they say in one of their articles, when students and families work together, student learning and outcomes improve. So do their children's outcomes towards school, their social skills and behavior, and the likelihood that they will take more challenging classes and pass them. So that's just saying that if we develop a successful IEP program for your child, that this child will succeed in their life and in their school. And so it's just a really good thing for a parent to do. What does an IEP process look like? The first thing that an IEP process starts with is referral, and that's normally submitted by either the parent or the educator. So either I, as an educator, or you as a parent/family member, has referred your child um, to be evaluated for a IEP. This just means that we notice that your student is struggling within a certain context area, and we would just like to help them. The next step in the process is evaluation. We then evaluate your student with your approval, of course, to check whether or not we can continue the process, to see if they're eligible for services. If the team decides that the student is eligible for service, then they go on and develop an IEP, which is where we're at right now. After the IEP is created, every year we will reevaluate your student's progress, and every 3 years we will go through another meeting to recreate the IEP. That depends also on the extent to which we feel that your student may need a reevaluation or rewriting of the IEP. If we believe that the student is doing really well or that we need a little more help, then we will continue with the IEP, or we can go ahead and change it ahead of time. So what is your role in the process of an IEP? Since you have been with your student longer than any of us, you are kind of an interpreter for your student. You know your student at your house, and so you can tell us you can be an interpreter of their behavior. You're also an active participant in the process. We will look to you for help with writing goals and making sure that your needs are met. Like I just said, will help creating goals, and you're a validator of assessments for your child. That means that any time that we are going to assess your child, you have the right to tell us whether or not you would like us to continue with the assessment. Continuing with that, here are some rights for you as a parent. The federal law refers to rights for a parent as safeguards. Safeguards are just your rights, so it's nothing too complicated. So this is exactly what they say. They say specifically the law requires that procedural safeguards notice um, be provided to you as parents only once a school year and at these other times. So that means notice of any meetings or anything like that is required when your student is referred for an evaluation. So the school must contact you prior to your student being evaluated. It also must evaluate you in the first due process hearing, which is, and then whenever your student first receives a um, any services. So what is the purpose of an IEP meeting? The whole purpose of the IEP meeting is the student, of course. Everything that we do in this process is for the student. It's for your student to succeed. We want the success of all students. Another purpose of the meeting is creating goals for your students. I'm now going to show you a short little video that helps you to understand the purpose of these goals.
Goals are put on an IEP to monitor the progress a child's making in an academic year. It helps you and the school system to work together as a team to help your child be successful. Writing measurable goals is an easy process. You look at where your child is presently at. That would be their present level performance, either in academics or in their functional skills. And then you as the IEP team look at where you would project that child to be by the end of the school year. And then you write objectives that are stair steps towards that goal so that you can monitor your child's progress throughout the school year. The law is pretty specific. You have to be able to understand the IEP. Everyone on the IEP team should understand how the IEP is written, and that includes the goals. So if you're not sure exactly what a goal is saying or what it pertains to, you ask. There's no such thing as a dumb question. You always ask if you don't understand and have them write it so you do understand it.
So that was just a little more about the purpose of the goals. Like she said, if you have any questions, even at any time, no matter what, within the IEP process, you're more than willing to ask questions. Also, this purpose of the meeting is to state the services in which your student will be receiving. What can you, as a parent, bring to us during the meeting? We would like you to bring your students a list of your students' strengths and possible areas of struggle if you know what those are. Also, any type of information that you think would be pertinent to us as educators, such as physical health and history, family factors, anything that you can think of, like any pictures, anything. Um, and also questions. Just like I said, if you have any questions prior to the meeting, please bring them to us. If you have any questions during the meeting, feel free to ask. Don't be afraid to interrupt and just ask questions, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help you. Um, who might attend this meeting? Your child, if it's appropriate for the child. At the age of 16, your child does, by law, need to be there. Um, a regular education teacher, which would be myself, a school system representative, that means either the principal or the superintendent, transition service agency representatives. Normally that's just for someone who is an older student, parents, or legal guardians, which of course is you, um, other people who know about the student um, or their expertise, anyone that you want to invite that you think would be pertinent, and any person to interpret any evaluation results, and intervention specialists. What does an IEP look like? Here is a sample form of what the IEP look like. It includes child's information, your information, any information that would be pertinent to the IEP, um, meeting information. It also includes goals, like I said, and these are goals that they start out as a big goal, and then there's smaller individual goals to help you, or to help us help your child meet that big goal. Once the child's goal is met, then we go ahead and reevaluate the thing. And what might the meeting look like? You're probably wondering what is it going to look like? Here's a sample of what the meeting is probably going to look like. We're all probably going to be sitting around a circle. And if you would like to come to the meeting about 15 minutes prior to when we set it up, that would be great. And you can come into my classroom and I'll walk down there with you. That way you don't feel as though you're walking into a room full of strangers. Also, here is some additional websites in case you have any other questions. These are just good websites for you to go in and do some research of your own about the IEP process. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact me. My email address is kmaurer@mail.fhsu.edu. And also my phone number is the school's phone number listed there, 303-555-5555. And this is just um, some words that I thought were very um, helpful when dealing with the IEP, and that is child, parent, education. Remember that the whole reason why we are doing this IEP is so that we can help you help your child. Um, we would really like for you to be the one who helps us, though. We need your support and your help in order to create the best IEP possible for your child. And there are just the references of the different websites and the different places where I pulled my information from. Well, it was great seeing you, and I hope to see you at the IEP meeting. Thank you.